Welcome to the Z Truth Podcast, where we have transparent, real, and thought-provoking conversations. Your host is Akira Casado, the author of 15 social media secrets that pay. So let's get real, get honest, and get started.
Hello, welcome back to another episode of Z Truth. These behind the scenes is something else. But we are the podcast that specializes in topics. Did I say specialize? That are transparent, real, unbiased, thought-provoking, and holistic. And so we're excited to be here for another episode with my amazing, beautiful co-host. She's our guest host. Also, did you say go Cowboys? Wow. They did a good job last game, girl. They did a good job. I actually thought they would win the other team.
Everybody thought we was gonna lose, so we got a shout out to Derek Thompson.
Derek, oh yes, from Pick'em Pros.
And Diego, who voted against the Cowboys.
They did.
So I'm glad his streak is broken.
Wait, did he have a streak?
He had like a three week streak.
Which one? Both or Diego? Dang.
I'm voting for Derek. Derek said.
Well, they definitely. I think they started celebrating too soon.
Who was celebrating?
Who was it out? Was it the Falcons? Who was they playing?
Girl, the Steelers.
Oh yeah, I think the Steelers were celebrating too soon.
Celebrate? It was a tough game.
It was a tough game, but I thought they had it the last 3 minutes.
We had the ball.
But when they did the interception is what sealed it. Somebody had an interception. I think it was the Cowboys. Anyway, let me get back to what we were just talking about. But anyway, shout out to Pick'em Pros. They had an incredible event a couple weeks ago. Every month they're at King's.
Yeah.
Definitely connect with them, y'all. It's really an awesome podcast. And again, our beautiful guest host, the lovely Jamie, is also from the Slueth. Follow them on all social media. It'll be in the comments as well.
Yeah, the Slueth is actually on Instagram only. And then Blackman Detective Services is on Facebook. So the Slueth is kind of like the fun part of PI, where the Blackman Detective Services is the serious, making sure that we're taking a bite out of crime.
Right. Do you remember that bear?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
The one that says, I think it was a bear.
Dog. McGruff taking a bite out of crime.
Oh wow. We gotta
figure
that out.
You talking about Smokey the Bear?
No, I thought he was. I thought we gotta look that up. We'll look that up during this paper. Anyway, so let's get into our topics. We want to get a little kinky here with the transparent topics.
And the lipstick did it.
The lipstick?
Yeah.
For you?
Yeah.
Oh, I think I have a little bit of pop. But we want to talk about problems being pretty.
Pretty girl problems.
Pretty girl problems. Do pretty girls have problems? Some people. Did I just write that? You probably think I'm illiterate. Did you see how I wrote problems? That don't bother me. Problems.
We had the
prom. What's some pretty girl problems you be having?
Oh, weird
good morning,
people.
Beautiful. Good morning, beautiful. Good morning, beautiful. Good morning, beautiful.
I don't get the good morning people. I get the weird people out in the world that stare or that stop the. Okay, so we went out the other night for a little karaoke gathering, and
we killed that junk. I gotta post that.
It is posted.
Where?
Yeah, I seen it. So
who posted?
You did.
No, I didn't. Only post a little piece of my story. I didn't post the whole thing.
You gonna post the whole thing?
Heck yeah.
Oh Lord. Anyway,
we were terrible, but it was a good terrible. I was singing to my imaginary husband.
Giving him
something he can feel. Yeah, that's who I was singing to. In my mind, that's who I was thinking about. Don't even know what he looked like. But anyway.
But yeah, just people are sometimes weird. I mean, and I don't know. I feel like I'm a humble person. I really don't try to take advantage of the fact that,
you're an attractive woman.
Right. I don't even like to say it. It's weird.
Yeah, it is weird. It is weird. I get it.
But it is what it is. And sometimes, the guy that when he walked in, he's like,
he was just like the.
I tell you, you're gorgeous there. You're gorgeous.
The one that looked like, he was Caucasian, right? White?
Yes, with all the black features.
Yeah. With the goatee.
Yeah.
Yeah. The funniest one was the guy who was a little bit He was the one who said nobody could sing
Okay,
Whitney.
so look, we're at the karaoke, and it's a gay guy there, whatever. He was nice fella. And he comes up and he's like, all is well, unless they start singing Whitney.
That's the one.
And then he walked up and he was like, okay.
He was just like, but had the perfect eyelashes.
I know. He was beautiful.
He was beautiful.
He had
I was like,
good
how
eyes.
did you get eyelashes?
Men always have the good eyelashes.
Right.
That's how
when I even look at the daycare kids, all of the boys got long, beautiful, full lashes.
Because we don't care about lashes.
And you know, that's kind of like in the birds species.
What?
The birds are always...
Okay.
I'm joking. That went
It's
down
a
the wrong.
water.
That went down the wrong pipe.
What you mean the birds?
Peacocks, for example, and this is all birds, but peacocks are more of a better way to see it. The blue, beautiful birds are always the men.
Oh, right.
Only the brown ones are.
Right, the women.
The brown ones are the women.
Yeah.
With the dull colors and all of that. And I guess the men are supposed to be the attractive one for the female to choose.
Right.
So that's why God made it that way.
Right. Isn't that
We could look
interesting?
like anything, but it's the opposite for humans. We're the ones that's putting on the
really.
show. You think so?
Yeah. I'll tell you one thing about dating. It does not matter if you're pretty or not.
It doesn't.
These jokers are going to cheat. They're going to be terrible people.
Preach.
They're going to be selfish.
Preach.
Narcissistic.
Preach.
Abusive.
What they
It
say?
doesn't matter.
It doesn't. This pretty smile has been through.
Hell.
I can give y'all so much war stories when it comes to that. And then I had to be transparent and look deep through therapy, because I think therapy is important.
Very important, mental health.
And make you realize that some of this you got to take some responsibility for, not all of it in the initiation.
No, yeah.
But if you ignore things because of the need for love, it will open up doors that you don't want open. Okay?
Boundaries are important. There's a book called Boundaries.
Okay.
Let me look. Okay, so
We were supposed to give that. We were supposed to give out one last episode, but we'll put it in there.
It's a series
called Boundaries.
Yeah, and it's a Christian book. I love the Lord, so
Amen.
I try to have
Amen.
my things kind of wrapped around that. But it's a book that, boundaries for your kids, boundaries for dating, boundaries for being in a good marriage. And a lot of it's just about recognizing what you like, who you are, what works for your kind, and are you cultivating healthy relationships?
Right.
Yeah.
And I got the pen.
Yeah.
I think
So there's a workbook. There's a workbook that comes with all of them. A friend, shout out to Alicia.
Okay.
It's funny. She's in my Bible study, and we were working on this book together. And after chapter 1, we were like, "Bitch, we ain't got no boundaries." Okay, I'm doing 85 things wrong here. I got a lot of work to do.
Right.
But dating, especially after having children, and I've not been married. Have you been married?
Never been married.
Never been married either.
Isn't that crazy?
Sort of, but not really, because the opportunities that I've had to get married, I knew that wasn't my person.
Right. Yeah.
So it's kind of like, and I tend to probably not go for the people that I need to be with for probably
The first
maybe
half of
shallow reasons. I mean, not necessarily shallow, but just, I'm a Pisces. So are you?
Yes. Team Pisces.
Team Pisces. Oh,
yeah.
Okay. And so we are. What's the word
Free
I'm looking for?
spirits?
We are free spirits, yeah. And so, and people try to tie us down. The energy is good energy, right?
Yeah.
Usually, especially and I'm not one that is into signs and stuff like that. However,
We do got
there
some
are
Yeah.
similarities, and so when cultivated in a positive space, the energy is great. I feel like we have excellent energy.
stuff. Absolutely.
And this was not even really, planned, right? It just kind of happened, and
Right.
and it's good. But anyways, I guess in saying that, I'm just like, people will try to stifle that energy to satisfy their need,
Right. Because
and
we have big energy.
right, and usually that's not great.
No. What do you mean? Having big energy?
Well, no, people trying to stifle the energy. You have
No,
to be able
you
to
can't.
accept that.
Yeah.
You have to accept how I am, the type of person that I am, the fact that there are going to be weird, and I'm not an ugly person. Like I'm gonna speak to. I'm not gonna be like, oh, leave me alone,
nigga.
You know.
I ain't even say that. We're gonna bleep that.
I'm gonna be nice.
Yeah.
You know, and you don't have to be ugly to people to tell them that you're not interested. Right?
Absolutely not.
So,
direct though, because
don't give them no room.
Right, because sometimes when you're too nice, they think that's still an opportunity because people be delusional. And I know for me, sometimes I don't realize when I complain about this that there are some women that may not get the response. But I can't stand it. One of my pretty girl problems, I don't like when people always say that you're beautiful. In a conversation that's less than 10 minutes, you say it 30 times. It drives me crazy.
Trying to.
It's strategic. I think it's strategic. But going back to what you said,
it's
I think
love bombing.
It.
Oh my God! I had a relationship where I was love bombed to death.
Yeah.
And feelings ended up being crushed at the end of it because this person was not actually mentally able to sane and able to have a real a healthy relationship. And I'm not, again, not perfect at all. However,
you cannot try to constrict the Pisces.
We're gonna blow up on your ass.
Yeah. So we need the space because, like you said, we're free spirits. And when you are beautiful, sometimes people. Do you ever experience people try to be more possessive?
Not really. I don't do well with that kind.
Yeah, the moment I feel like you are clocking me, when I'm being honest, I'm a brutally honest person. So it's not like if I tell you, like right now, it's late, y'all. It's past 11. So if I told a guy I am out podcasting with my friend, they probably wouldn't believe me. But it's the truth because that's how we stand.
Don't care.
Right. And so I'm not spending time at this age to explain to you why you are insecure. And you're not going to follow me around either.
I had one guy I went to, it was very, very quick. It lasted one night. We went to a show. A friend of mine, shout outs to Mimi. She was acting in the show, and I'm sorry I don't remember the name of it right now, but you know what I'm talking about her. Went to the show. I invited him. He was late, which was fine because I knew he had to work and was kind of out of place, and I just didn't want to necessarily go by myself. So that's the only reason I invited him. I fucking should have asked you. Things would have went much better.
Right.
But I ended up talking to this guy while I was there before he got there. Mm-hmm. Just because obviously we were two people that didn't come with anybody. Now, there was not anything going on. He wasn't trying to hit on me or anything. We were just really talking, and I had never been in that type of theater situation. So I had questions, right?
Yeah.
As I do.
Yeah.
Man, by the time he got there, I don't like how you talking to him. I'm like, number one, I don't know you. And you don't know him. So I let it live. We went to get something, went to the bar. And every time somebody comes to the bar, he's like, I don't like how close he is to you.
Run.
I told him while we were there, I was like, this is going to be our last.
Did you say that?
Yeah. I was like, this is
Girl, I love it.
Some
people have a problem saying that and they'll drag it along and then wonder why you got these.
Well, that wasn't gonna work because what are you saying? I can't even believe he was saying that. What?
Yeah.
And now he's that was, I don't even know how long ago it was, but not a long time. But now he's already met somebody and they're had a baby and all that stuff. So I'm like, so you were looking for anybody,
to impregnate,
to scoop up, right? Thank God, I'm away from that.
Right.
Next.
Yeah, it happens for sure. Like for real. Like I one of my issues, or one of the things I'll say about transparency is, how do I say this? Do you like? Well, maybe we could say that for the real.
No, isn't it the same?
It's about the same. Yeah. We're gonna transition into this.
Talk about dick pics.
Do you get discouraged or not discouraged or turned off when a guy sends you a dick pic? Turned on?
I said or.
Oh, I get turned on when I don't know him.
Right.
When I know them, it makes me look at them like a little old hoe. For real, like how they would probably look at me if I sent them a coochie shot, which I never would do that.
Just up here sending me a picture of her monkey.
I'm gonna be transparent. The reason why don't they call it a monkey? Please, viewers, I just learned something that was weird last weekend about porn stash.
Oh, what about
like those things? I didn't know that it was actually a term.
Oh yeah, that's what they're wearing now. The white boys is wearing them now with the mullets and the tucked in shirts.
Why?
It's
just a style. It looks so freaky. But look, I didn't even know that it was a term. I didn't know it was a style. I didn't know it was a term.
Yeah.
Then I was like, whoa. But anyway, why is it called the monkey?
Oh, I'm like back to the dick pics.
I'm talking about the monkey.
I know.
But we're gonna go back to that. We're gonna go back to we're gonna call it penis pics. Let me stop. But why is it called the monkey? Because I'm trying to think of a monkey. And where is the comparison of the monkey and the vajayjay? A vagina doesn't look like a monkey. Anyway, the reason why I don't send pictures of my monkey is because if you've ever, oh my God, I probably shouldn't say this, but if you've ever sent me a picture, my friends have seen those pictures. Because I probably will not deal with you like that anyway.
Not taking you seriously.
Right, not serious.
Because if you're sending me dick pics, you're sending everybody else dick pics.
Yes. Especially if you have them on the spot.
Right. Like did you have this in your phone?
No, this is the file that you got hidden on your phone. This is a hidden file. Don't let them be enormous, honey. Every one of my friends is seeing it. This is terrible.
I have a little an album.
An album? I have now one friend who, if I need to be helped in my self-preservation, I will go there. I don't think I've seen that. Yes, I've definitely. I shouldn't say that. He's gonna hate me for that. I mean, he probably sent it to everybody anyway. That's why I don't send my monkey out because
you shouldn't send any picture. And as a private investigator,
give him that daggone advice.
Please know that nothing can. All of these pictures, even if you delete them, can be found, located, shared.
They could even do like the scanning, the face scan, find out where you're at.
No,
okay,
not really. You gotta have some, no, you can't.
You have some.
Because if you did put a picture of a dick. Sorry.
Wait, if you put a picture on it, I'm talking about the actual face.
Oh.
Not scanning up, that's the damn penis.
Scan the penis.
Like, man, this looks about right. This is Derek. Not that Derek. I should have said Derek. Lord have mercy. Let's say a name that none of us know. This is Donald Trump.
Ugh.
Yuck.
Gross.
That's even worse. Okay, we're done. Anyway, I don't personally like when I receive them, especially if it's from somebody that I know. If I ever dabbled into that stream, it would probably be very detached.
Oh,
and unemotional because
absolutely.
Especially if we're in a relationship, which I didn't really experience too much in my relationships of sending pictures like that. But if I was in a relationship, I would think that's okay, especially if it's a relationship where we're committed,
and you trust that person.
Right. Which sometimes can go haywire.
Right. And you need your own evidence.
Right. Like
just in case.
Just in case.
It's terrible. Just don't take the pictures.
Just don't take the pictures, y'all.
That's probably best.
I got a friend, one of my best friends, she actually uses Google to find someone who has the right color as her and sends that picture.
Okay.
To make them think it's her.
Now you catfishing me with a fake dick.
No, this is a monkey.
Oh.
My friend is a girl. So when the guy sends her the monkey.
And you know.
Well, no, when the guy sends the dick pic, she sends the monkey pic, but it's not her monkey. It's a monkey of someone else.
Men are so silly.
So just for you, I'm reading this. It says the origination is probably from monkey business or monkeying around. Well, why can't his be a monkey? They eat banana. It looks like a banana more than. Because like monkeys eat bananas. So I would think we call the penis a monkey. Because of banana. I don't know, but I just want to know why it's called a monkey. Anyway, another thing that I'll be transparent about with men, and you probably don't want to hear this, if you are not in a committed relationship with a woman, the moment, especially if, well, I don't think a man would ask a woman for coins if they didn't think she had it. And when you do, I really think it's one of the most unattractive things ever.
Yeah.
Something happens to the woman's psyche.
It's
if
no
you were
longer-
hot and sexy, you are now
cold and gross.
Yes. That's just
So-
some tea.
A guy, look, everybody, these stories you can't make this stuff up. So I would have called him a friend of mine, sort of,
Right.
until this situation happened. It's been really weird ever since then.
Right.
But he pretended, oh, I want to go to church with you. And, they'd be ready to go to church, and that's good. Praise the Lord. Because however you get him in there is how you get him in there. The Lord loves us all, and He will accept us however we come. You just got to want to stay for yourself. Anyway, he's talking all this talk, and the whole time, I am looking with the side eye. I mean, I already know it's horse hockey. I already know it.
Wait, why did you know it was horse hockey?
Because I'm not a fool.
Oh, before he asked?
Yes.
Okay.
No, before he just the lead.
Because you can feel it.
The
you
lead
can feel when
right.
someone's bull driving you.
And now it's can you cash at me, which is like can you cash at me? I don't know if it's 40 or 60. I don't remember. But
it's always under 100.
Of course.
And under 80. Like it's always
what
under
scams
80.
do.
Those
are scams.
Yeah.
That's low grade scams. They're not, you're not even a good scammer.
How to make the monkey drive. Ask her to cash at
you some money.
Yes.
His daughter didn't have a car. It was the craziest story. And when I gave it to him, I said, Jamie, you're not gonna get this.
Right. Anytime I let anybody borrow money.
I know, but let's see if he
gets a man
if
of his
he's
word.
really gonna do the right thing.
Right.
Is it really just because of this situation? Man, I'm still waiting on my coins.
You're not getting it.
I don't know. And I ain't talking to him either. Ain't nothing to talk about.
Yeah.
So he, of course, people be reaching out on the socials, and
see the thing.
I just don't know what happened.
What happened was the thing that pisses me off about it is that just because it appears like I have things in order or things in place, that it doesn't require the same amount of energy as it does for somebody to make coins any other way.
Right.
We put our heart, sweat, and tears into, like in entrepreneurship, both of us are entrepreneurs. That shit is not easy.
No.
You get into the flow, of course, and you figure things out. I mean, it took me, my first 7 years was hell as an entrepreneur. I wasn't making really no money. And I think I started my first business, I was 21 when I started my first network marketing company. And it took me almost 25, 26 before I could at least have enough coming in where it was like, okay, I can breathe. Right. And so then there's still many trials in between that. Like you literally have to become a different person to be able, you got to be like third world customer service. It's so much, and so it's, and then really if you're in business as an entrepreneur, you really got to account for almost 3 to 4 weeks in advance if you really want to be secure.
Oh yeah. Shoot, more than that.
So, more than that, but definitely at least where you can just go, and I'm not knocking any jobs at all, right? Because I think it's smart to have both.
If you can.
Yeah. But if you're not full time in a business, it's hard to understand all the moving parts that it takes. So like if you ask me for some coins as a man, number one, my kids won't eat before they ask their girlfriends for something. So I know it's not impossible. And as pride, it almost makes me like it's the reverse of what we're so-called used to be looked at as women, like the gold, like men gold diggers now.
It's people though.
You think it's a people thing?
Yeah, I don't think it's just that we're just dealing with that because
men do that too. Because I be seeing on
right.
dating apps, some guys be like, "Bruh, I had a guy that was a really cute guy, and his description was like, if you ask me to pay your light bill, or tell me to send you a cash app within the first 3 days of me knowing you, you will be blocked. So I'm like, wait, do women do that? That's what attracted me. I said, wait, women would ask that, but somebody must send it. Why would they ask?
Oh, because there are people who will.
Oh.
There are just some people who are okay with it and some people that aren't.
In 3 days?
Girl.
Of knowing somebody, at least a person, like the most recent guy that asked me anything, I at least knew the person longer than, 3 days. A long time I've known the person. It still was a turnoff, but it was still a long. But 3 days, the audacity to be like, hey, yo, my life's about it. I guess the sympathy role. A lot of people do that on social media. They'll be like having this real sympathy role and make you feel bad. Yeah, it's a scam. They make you feel bad, like, oh my God.
As your neighborhood PI.
Huh?
As your neighborhood PI.
As your neighborhood.
We put you on to something else.
Oh, woe is me.
The scammer era is wild and out of control right now.
Okay.
Not just, it doesn't matter your age, doesn't matter your status. Like, people are getting got for anything at this point. I have worked cases where, the folks have claimed that they have cancer and that they are dying and they need help for funeral expenses. And these people aren't dead. They're just taking their money. Now, this wasn't like a relational thing, but they played on this man's niceness and his empathy for her situation. And thousands of dollars later.
Damn.
So, especially like online, especially if you play those games online, like people are paying attention to like your
what games, like
online.
OMG or whatever, like Facebook?
I don't really play the games, but whatever you can play through Facebook that you can play with other people who are on Facebook.
Oh, okay, like word search or something.
Yeah, anything like that.
I played like 2 or 3 times where it's another person on the side you're playing
right.
with.
So if you play, like
and
some people play these games,
and you start becoming friends.
Right, and the next thing you know, they're asking you for money. They're, oh, this is broke down, or I'm a military person that is stuck over. That is not true.
Stop, y'all. Don't. Did your thing fall off?
Girl, yeah. That's okay.
But what's crazy? The one scam I got was on Craigslist. This was like maybe 9 years ago.
I'm about to say, are we even on Craigslist anymore?
No, this was 10 years ago. This was right around when I first moved here. And I wanted this apartment so bad, this house.
Oh, oof.
Yeah, and so when I tried to apply for it, it was crazy. It was like a 4.5 bedroom, beautiful. And
of course it was.
Yeah, beautiful, right? So when I first saw the ad, it was, let's say, $1,500 a month or something like that. And then when I went on Craigslist, I saw the same house, same everything, but it was like $950, $1,000. So I said, why? They didn't get a whole lot of money. Well, they did. They got like $500 out of me because they were like, send me whatever. And at the time, I needed that money. And I'll never forget. I just was like, you know what? I'm not going to stress myself out.
$20 is a lot if I didn't intend to give it to you.
See, that's what I was telling the girl from Hobby Endings. I was like, listen, I ain't trying to be an asshole, but you charged me twice. I'm here all the time. You can just give me a credit, but you ain't going to ignore my $20 because it's not a lot of money, but I did not intend to give it to you without service. Now, you can give me 2 mules and we good.
Right.
Okay? But my money is my money. And so I think that should be a reflection to anybody. If you're asking for, scammers are in business to scam.
This is what they're doing. The thing is,
but I think the dating thing is something else.
No, I think it's the same. It's breadcrumbing and love bombing, and gaslighting.
Some people don't love bomb with it though.
No, but I mean, filling your head with these, women. We are emotional people. We live in fairy. I had one guy that told me I needed to get out of fairy tale land, and I refused. Why do I have to get out of?
Wait, but why did he say you in fairy tale land?
Well, because I wanted certain special things, like for me, and I wanted certain things to be, like I wanted to be treated a certain way, and and he just, I guess we had just got too cool. It was just like I wasn't that big of a deal, and if you don't think I'm a big deal, then
we're not gonna last.
It's gonna work.
I
don't mean it like that, but like
the person who you want to be with should be a big deal to you, though.
Right.
That should be the most That's one of the the most important decisions of your life. And so, anyway, but yeah.
So yeah, if you're, I don't even know how we got to being a big deal, but,
well, I'm saying I do think you should, because you said we got there because you said he might have not thought it, but you felt like you should be treated by somebody that you're trying to be with as a big deal.
Well, and the problem is it creates this like doubt in your mind.
Like, am I the big deal?
Right.
And the older you get, it makes it worse.
Right.
It does make it worse.
So it's just, I don't know. It's weird. I don't know. We dick pics to.
We went from dick pics, pretty problems, dick pics, borrowing money from people you're not with.
Well, just be a good partner.
Just be a good partner. And
or leave them alone.
Right.
Or if you don't have the money, get another job. Don't prey upon other people because you don't want to get your ass up and
it's
want
too
to
many,
do something extra.
It's too much ways to make money in this world right now, too, for you to do that. I mean, you literally can make videos online.
You can make videos online, and I'm not
reels, not
corner, but look, these people on the street corner making $20,000 a year.
They do, but the signs. I read an article about that.
Yes.
In New York, they make like almost 50.
I know.
50,000 because there's more people.
And I'm not telling you to go beg on the corner, but don't
I
beg
would
for
do that.
me. You might as well be begging on the corner if you asking the people that you're not even really dating.
Me and my kids at one point lived in a hotel for almost 4 months.
Oh my goodness.
Before I asked somebody. And I made that jump. This was when we were young. This is when I was really young. I just had them. And I was being prideful. That's why I was there. I've had places to go.
Yeah.
But I didn't want to go. And that's when it sealed the deal with their dad. Because I'm like,
But you know what?
You let me be in that hotel for 4 months.
That's right. But but that makes you...
It makes you have gumption about yourself.
And
it makes you right. And it makes you honor the
People
fact.
Are weak out here now.
Weak as hell.
Don't have any kind
no
of...
backbone, no... Right. Right. And then I remember one time, Dad, and we're going to get on our next topic because we staying on transparent for a minute.
Well, we're on...
We ain't on real?
We are.
Nah, this is real.
Oh, okay.
Well, I'm going to just say this. Damn. What did I just say? Huh? What's that mean?
You got to have the...
the gumption about... Yeah, but then there was...
Making your own money.
Yeah.
Doing your own thing.
Yeah.
Having a goal. Having a future.
There was something that was so good. I got
back.
distracted. It's going to come back. Anyway, yes, have some gumption. Stop being weak in these streets. Oh, that's what it was. So it came back. See, she said it was going to come back. But the person said, one of the same people that we were just talking about said, women have it easier in the conversation we had. And then it hit me, if you believe that, because really the stuff that we do be core, is something core in the root of your psyche that makes you do these things, right?
Right.
So if you believe women have it easier as far as careers and to make money, then you're more inclined to asking them for money. When in reality, it's the complete opposite.
Who thinks that?
I won't say no name. We can't say names
Lord.
here. But when I never even thought about it, because like I said before, sometimes it takes me a few days to process because I got a lot going on.
Right.
And so like just now, right now, when you said that, it hit me that was one of the comments, which would make sense. Because if you do take on a life of taking people's money, then, and you think that it's easier for women, those are the same. And the same for women. You know, you're easy to ask for that because it's not easy. Nobody makes... We may make it look easy.
Right, but...
Man or woman, if a man or a woman is getting coins, study them instead of trying to extort them. What I'm saying.
Right. And add value so that they want to keep you around.
Yes.
Don't take,
I can't stand me a leech. It's so disgusting.
Well, not even only that, it's distracting. And then you got to recover from that mess.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
A lot of recovery. And then it's like you try, and the one thing that is the challenge is not thinking everyone is like that. Because everyone is not like that. But, you come and bump into.
No, they're not. It's hard to live in this world and still have hope that there are good people.
Yeah.
But Jesus gives
And when you
gives us hope in there, you know, and that's a part of life are the challenges of meeting and dealing with different people. Not dealing with, but, you know, interacting with, because dealing is a negative term, right? When you have to deal with folks, it kind of sounds like
they're bothering you.
Right.
Yeah, like they're bothering you.
Right.
I can see that. And also you got to remember, though, sometimes when you go through all of what you go through, it makes you appreciate it later. Because when you do find, because if you could love the wrong people, and it still, in those times, it sometimes felt good. Imagine when you find the right person.
Right.
That junk is going to feel amazing. You know, it's just a matter of time. Had to get through that. Anyway, let's get to the real. This is a little another touchy. Maybe we in heat or something. Because this is it's been a long time. Let me stop. So, toys versus no toys.
Real dicks versus fake dicks. I'm sorry.
See, that's where you differ. This is where education comes from. Like, the rose is not a penis.
I know that. I just feel like that could potentially be overstimulating.
It definitely can.
And then
Like, if it's fully charged, right, when you first charge it, that junk, even on the one speed, it's like 2 seconds. Like, damn, you quick too. You too quick too. But at least I got off. But it works. Like, it's, and I'm not trying to advocate for them, but if you are trying to sustain and you like need a little relief, which you don't need tools for it, but it is a tool.
Right. I get it. I feel like it's kind of like watching porn. It's for me, because I'm so in my head about everything.
Yeah.
Right. Is it going to put me in a space where I don't even need? I already don't need that. I'm already overly independent. And I got, you know what I'm saying?
I won't lie.
I don't want to get to the point where I'm like, I don't even need a man. I don't want to get there. I'm not ready for that.
Yeah.
I'm not ready to resolve to the fact that. And so and also, you know, in like tantric sex and stuff, you know, you preserve energy and, you know, gather, you know, you get.
Wait, what's the term you use?
Tantric.
Okay.
So like tantric sex is like, it's sex without any like penetration.
Okay.
So you're breathing together. You are, you know, feeling each other's bodies and breaths and heartbeats and, you know, but it's not about orgasm. And so the goal, because you know they say if men don't orgasm, it like supposedly
give them blue balls. That was a lie. That was a lie I was told when I was a kid. I was like, damn, you just told me that because you made me feel bad.
Right, you want
so
me to
I
make
was
sure that you're good.
Good, right. You little manipulator.
Shit.
It's okay. Beep.
The lies that we were told.
I was told that lie. I believed it for a few years. Probably 10 years.
I used to think it was funny when they got blue balls.
You used to think it was funny?
Yeah, because
that's the other side of the Pisces. Like, nah. I bet you that hurt. You don't look at that booty that time.
I say, ain't nobody tell you get that worked up. No way.
Right. I wasn't even flirting. Whoever told you I was flirting, lying.
Okay, so what you read about tantric?
So it says that tantric sex is meant to be slow and satisfying, and sessions are typically quite long.
That's not the part I'm talking about.
Are you talking about that part? Hold on, let me see. Let me go to the beginning. Tantric is an ancient Indian practice that dates back more than 5,000 years. And Santrics, the word Tandra, means woven together. People who practice Buddhism and Hindu meditation may also practice tantric sex as a way to weave the physical with the spiritual. Right. This practice brings together spirituality and sexuality and emphasizes the importance of intimacy during the sexual experience.
I'm talking about.
That sounds...
Play with my mind.
Right.
Play with my mind and my body.
My mind, body, and soul.
I mean, really. Okay, so right there, it's not about sexual pleasure. It's more about celebrating your body and feeling heightened sensuality. Presence intertwines spirituality, sexuality, and a state of mindfulness. Encourages sensual experience that may be experienced alone or with a partner. So, I mean, it's really just about not giving into the lust of sex and being able to truly like intimately learn this person. And like, because I read somewhere like, you know, kissing. Like
it's
if
way more intimate.
Right, but if you kiss somebody for 6 seconds or longer, your intimacy is already gonna be
amazing.
Well, it's just you're growing as a together. You're growing together
like
as a couple.
Weaving.
Right. So you're taking that time to kind of like you're breathing with each other for that moment. You know, I don't know. I live in
I get it. No, for real. For real. Because when if you're ever in a situation, which I've had in the past, where you don't kiss, it doesn't feel like anything.
No.
It feels not disgusting. It just feels transactional.
Yeah. Kissing is a wonderful.
I think sometimes just kissing. Yeah.
Did you practice kissing as a child?
Probably.
Yeah. Me and my pillow had makeup.
Yeah, I think pillow and the stuffed animal or my hand. I wonder if it feels like this. I think I'm a pretty good kisser though. We are not kissing like them girls on Shade Room. I've never had a thought. Yeah, girl, Young Miami. It was like this whole comment thing, and they were like, "Is Young Miami and Ari?" I don't know who that is, but I know Young Miami because of Diddy, and it was jokes in the comment like, "Ew, I can't believe she would kiss her knowing she was with Diddy." All this stuff, and it was like this debate about do every woman on the planet kisses their friends, and I'm like, I've never thought about kissing any of my friends.
No, me neither.
Never. And I know a group of girls who probably would say different, but I've never.
Just to have like a bunch of what they get mono.
Yeah, mono is a mouth disease. Yeah, it's the kissing disease.
Yeah, gross.
But I've never thought about kissing any of my friends. But anyway, I forgot how we got there.
Tantric sex.
Okay, but so I don't think tantric sex is the same as toys without penetration. You said without penetration, but
I would prefer that type of a sexual experience as opposed to like self-satisfaction. Like I just okay.
But you can't do tantric without a person.
It says you can do it alone.
Where?
Alone or with a partner.
How?
We could look it up.
We're gonna have to research this. I can't imagine just breathing.
Well, I just think,
or just like maybe rubbing your body.
Meditation. I mean, the whole chakra thing and making sure that your mind and body and all that. Yeah. So I mean, just self enlightenment, right? I don't know. It's probably fine line between like Christianity beliefs and sexual this, and it says it's Buddhist and Hindu, but at the end of the day, the Lord says we're not supposed to be fornicating.
They even, I remember I went to a church thing and they were saying that even masturbation can be looked at as a sin.
Well here, okay, so
which I can see that, but I mean,
when you allow something that is a physical pleasure to control like your emotions and like how you see things, how you operate, that's where the problem comes in. It's not that necessarily
like, oh my God, I gotta get home and do this.
Right.
Let me not go record this podcast.
Right.
In the car. Let me get my rose.
Or gross men that have to jack off or something before
before
they
go in.
Yeah.
Oh my God, the girl at work,
that's a problem.
That's a problem.
That's an addiction. So it's not necessary. It's not just like, it's not just like having. I mean, God, of course, it's a sin. We all sin. We are so far from being perfect.
Far.
But when it is like something that controls how you, it's almost like being an alcoholic.
Yeah.
Like if you got to drink before you go anywhere, or you always have to be inebriated, or you can't,
I used to be like that with smoking.
People. Yeah.
I used to have to before everything.
Yeah.
Now it's more of a nightcap type vibe if I do it. And it's so occasional at the moment. Like it's like if it's at an event or something like that, maybe. But before, a few years ago, I would be like,
smoke before you go to work. Smoke when you get off work. Smoke when you get to the house. Smoke before you get to bed. Smoke when you wake up in the morning.
have it on the way home.
Right.
And then it's like, now it's like, I don't want my car to be stay. I don't want this to be stay. I don't want this or whatever. And you just get over it.
Right.
Oh, I'm too tired to get out. But it'd be times I remember, man, I would get in the car 2 o'clock in the morning and drive and go get a wrap if I didn't have one.
That's an addiction, my friend.
Yeah, that was an addiction. Yeah, for real. I don't have that problem now, though. Not at all.
He brings us through.
He does. And then, you know, when you rely on... Now, what's the only other thing I will say about the toy thing is it never replaces a person.
No.
It does allow you to, I guess, experience an orgasm, but it's nothing like when you have an orgasm and then you just know there's no one else but you. So it's like now you rolled over with your teddy bear for what? Excuse me. That's the part that's why I said it can never replace a man. Weird. It can't be so you won't be so independent unless you just channel your brain that way.
Literally, some people are okay with that because honestly, I mean, sex is like messy. You know, like now you gotta get up in the shower. Everything is like, I mean, you just, you know, it's just a lot.
That's messy too, though. If you use toys.
I mean, it is, but it's different because it's not like somebody else is in.
Yeah, somebody else sweating.
You probably just like go on the bed.
Like, let me just put a little napkin here. Store it. Yeah. It's clean. Good night.
Before you get this, you like.
Right.
Yeah, I'm already out.
Right.
Wake up with your rose in your hand. Oh.
I just changed my sheets. It's mine. Damn it. Period. I wonder why they talk about McDonald's fries right now. Anyway, that's the real. It got really real. We're gonna stop talking about sex now.
It's always a good topic.
It is, and it's a good topic because
we haven't even got into it. We need to have
a whole episode about sex
toys and have like one of those
party people,
romance ladies come.
Yeah. Now, don't get me wrong. Like, I do think you should not do unrealistic toys. Like,
you think the rose is realistic?
Yes. Sorry, I was about to say something terrible. There's some human roses in the world.
Right.
There's some human roses.
There are.
Yeah, I don't know where they are, but they are. I believe there are some human roses. And so I don't think they're unrealistic, but I'm talking about they be having toys at them parties that be 3 of these. And why do you want to put that in you?
That's it now. That's too much. They don't went too far. That's an obsession at that point. Because if you want to do all that,
because you're gonna have to find a guy that's that big.
There ain't one. Three. What'd you say? How big was
like
it?
3 of these, and then this width.
That's what I'm saying.
Maybe 2. And you're like,
if you got serious? One of those, please send it on over. No. I'm sorry. Excuse me. Keep it in your pants.
Yeah, in your pants. Yeah, hide it.
I'm sorry.
Hide it.
Talking about this.
But anyway, that's the real. We just got real because that's real.
These are things that entrepreneurs go through.
Right, because the thing about entrepreneurship, and one of the stages I'm in, is sometimes you require an intense focus.
Right.
So it's like
I'm already distracted.
Right, I'm already distracted by my ADHD. Right. I'm already distracted by the parts of me that I need to tend to for myself.
Right.
Then if you got kids,
you got to do that.
You got to do that. And so there is already natural distraction. So now
limited time for the foolishness.
Right. And then if you include the ping, you know, I don't know about most people, but I'm at the point where I know I cannot be controlled by it at this point, unless there's like a God out there that I don't know about. But for me, it's like and I think once you get to a point where you like, what is the purpose of this? You know what I'm saying? You're just not going to be settling for the bare minimum. Like, not at all. But anyway, we just got real, y'all. It got real. All right, unbiased topics that I would love to know y'all opinion about. anybody who is a NASCAR racer like myself, I just want everyone to know that in Germany, there's no speed limit.
I'll stay off the road. Thank you.
No speed limit. Well, not the whole Germany, but
I know that there's like a highway or something.
yeah, it's
right
called
there.
the Autobahn.
Autobahn.
Autobahn. Am I saying it right?
Yeah, Autobahn.
Yeah, that's
Sounds right.
But there's most of Germany you can go up to like 90, 80, whatever. My thing is this: I understand some people don't know how to drive fast, but I really do feel like, why do you guys make cars go 140 miles per hour and only allow us to go 70? I feel like you're setting it up. Now, I don't ever go 140 miles. I don't. Sometimes I go 90, especially if I go back home. If I'm going to Jersey, I usually leave at midnight. There's no cars on the road for the next 6-7 hours. Put it on speed control, 90, yeah. Why you sip your coffee like that? You don't have a speeding problem in
Safety first.
Safety first. I'm safe. There's no one on the road. I promise you I'm safe. I never go so fast where I feel like I'm not safe.
Right. I don't know. Rule follower Jamie over here sometimes just feels like, the speed limit is there for a reason.
For tickets.
Look, no, but sometimes it's road conditions.
True.
And how the road is, and going at a certain speed, you could lose control of the car. I went to lunch the other day with an attorney that does business law, and we went over there to I can't think of the little place over there. Anyways, we walked, and he would take like all the crosswalks, and I'm like,
oh, because of jaywalking.
yeah, but he was like, I've worked too many cases where people have been hurt, like not walking in the crosswalk, and
Because they get hit. And is it their fault?
Yeah, if you're not in the crosswalk,
It's not the other driver's fault if you're jaywalking.
No.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean that's what they have a crosswalk there for.
I didn't realize that.
So this is why you supposed to, because I was like, oh, I would have just cut across. I mean, especially at that time of day, there was not like a lot of like cars, and then it does get a little crazy out here. But he was like, oh no, I just and I'm probably not that much of a rule follower in terms of like I won't jaywalk. I'm like, the Lord's got it,
right?
But
I thought it was always the pedestrian. It's always had the right of way. I thought that was the rule.
But not when you're not where you're supposed to be.
See, that's good.
Because usually, if you're walking in the middle of a damn intersection, like
you kind of intentionally.
Yeah, I mean that's what do they call it? Dang, what's the word? I had it just a second ago. But basically, it means that you
Mission Impossible.
It means you participated in breaking the law, and so you were going to be at fault.
You're at fault. Okay,
Yeah.
That's good to know.
Yeah,
I feel like I can feel my muscles.
I mean, same reason for on the highway and.
Well, I'm 6 weeks clean of speeding.
Good job.
Thanks. Or maybe it's 8 now. 8 weeks.
And how much money did you have to?
Over $22,000 for sure this year, and fines, lawyers, fees.
Have you had to go to driving class before?
No, because I always would pay the extra to go through the lawyer and pay the extra so I don't get the points. Because the points make you have to go through the driving school.
Right. Well,
I don't know how I don't have no points.
Me either. The way you.
I don't know how. There was one month I got pulled because I was going from Charlotte. I forgot about it. Left. Then I remember I went through Virginia. No, not Virginia. It was still North Carolina, but very close to Virginia. And also, I forgot about a ticket back in 2021 in Franklin something. Anyway, I know I'm always in the hillbilly place.
I would say up Capital One.
Yes, I'm always at somewhere hillbilly when the speed limit is 20 miles. I get nervous.
You better slow down. My son got a ticket in Bolivia, which is like right outside
North Carolina.
Yeah, right
That's
outside
like a different
of
country.
Right. It might as well be. It ain't but that big.
I feel like I feel muscles. Shout out to
James.
James Sanders. Make gains, not excuses. I'm starting to feel it cutting up. Ooh. I'm drinking my carotene.
Okay.
Anyway, so carotene. How do you say it?
Creatine.
I'm always messing. As much of the books that I read, You would think I could pronounce words. That's why I don't judge the book by the cover. But I understand what I'm trying to say.
What I'm talking about.
It's creatine. Okay, I gotta remember the R.
Yeah.
I think I'm forgetting the R. Anyway, so listen, y'all. If I can go 8 weeks of not speeding, and it's hard because 540 just got paved, and it makes you want to go fast. It's so beautiful.
Okay, sorry, I was gonna say this. When I had to go to driving class, because I got 2 pretty bad speeding tickets in a row.
Have you ever got a prayer judgment? Yeah.
I've had about 3 of them.
Me too.
Now I was bad.
Oh, so you recovered.
Oh yeah.
So you recovered.
Because, well, number one, when I had my child, I realized I don't need to be a fool out here, because if something happens and it's my fault because I'm being, and I'm an emotional driver. So
especially when you drink it, I mean, listening to certain music.
Right. Oh, that. So I ended up having to go to this class, and the man says, I had to go all the way to Greensboro to take this class. It was ridiculous. And I want to say it was like 2 days. They make you, anyway. So the man said, if you just, he was, some of the questions were like, are you an aggressive driver? Are you an emotional driver? Are you like a not really focused driver? Because some people just be driving and they're not paying attention. They don't know what's going on around them. They haven't checked the blind spot. I mean, they're is that you?
Sometimes.
Dang.
So no, I'm not unfocused. This is why I don't like to smoke as much as I used to, because I realized that you get unfocused. You like underestimate it, and you do. And so then also, just what, I don't know if I have ADHD. I'd be trying not to claim stuff, but sometimes I could be focused on something totally different. But I learned my lesson with my son, because I had to stomp on the brakes once. This was when he was a kid, and I had yard signs in the car. You know the yard signs you put out? Yeah, and it scraped his cheek. And that's when I'm like, nah, I can't be on the phone no more. Because I was on the phone trying to create something, and I had to stomp on the brake, and then he was sitting where he was sitting at. I shouldn't have listened to the guy I was dating at the time. He was such an idiot. But I didn't mean to say that. But this was an idiotic thing, because the way he had him in the car, it just wasn't safe. Even if I wasn't paying attention. But the fact that I wasn't, on top of that, and I had to stomp on the brake and literally cut him right here. And I was like, I wanted to throw, it's like I almost attacked the side. I should have probably attacked him. Like, you idiot, you put it in here and I took the damn side of my baby face. Sure fault, you was on your phone. Anyway, so I can be an unfocused driver, but I think my problem is I'm more,
you have to take your time though.
I have to take my time.
You have to ride in the slow lane. Look, that man said, let me tell you what this, and I wish I remember that man's name, but he was a really good driving instructor. I would suggest his class to anybody that has
no, but you're right.
Class.
So I have been driving in the middle and the slow lane.
Take your time.
And it's
enjoyable.
It doesn't feel as bad as
the
first
stress.
3 weeks.
Are you late everywhere?
No. That's psychotic.
That's why are you rushing?
I just like to drive fast.
Oh,
I feel like when I'm driving, it's a skill. No, I just think I know how to drive.
So that was one of the things. Do you think you are, you're the smarter driver?
Yes.
You're thinking ahead.
Yes.
You know what
I'm looking at the person 4 or 5 cars ahead of me turn in the lane, and I'm already switching because I'm getting around them. And I'm like, it's like I'm in the video game.
Right. Grand Theft Auto.
Now, I don't drive. Now, this is the negative, and this is why I will give advice to parents. Do not drive crazy while your kids are impressionable and learning how to drive, because my youngest scares me how he drives. Because I'll cut in front of someone, but I won't cut them off.
Right.
So, like, if...
cut them off?
No, like, I have a friend, too, one of my team. I love her to death. She drives like this, too. So if you're in the highway and you have I won't go and cut over unless I have a car, my size car and a half, about that space.
Right.
He will cut like this
Woo!
So I'm like, bro, listen to me. I pulled it over when he was driving. I pulled him over. I said, listen, I'm gonna act like I'm the police right now. You are my child and I love you. You are going to die if you keep doing this.
Yeah, you gotta stop that.
And I'm not saying this to scare you, but I don't want you to go before me. But if you keep driving like this, and this is me, anybody who know me, if I'm giving somebody advice, this is serious because it's certain things I don't do. I don't cut. We gotta have at least, if this is my car size, I need at least this.
Right.
Where if this person speeds up, if this person brakes, 2-3 seconds, I'm not a fool now. So that's why in my head I do think, but going back, not getting on my youngest, but I literally had to pull it up because that's what I tell my daycare babies. If they like try to play with a sock or they figure out how to take the protector things out, you gotta tell them the truth. You can die by playing with this.
Yeah, this is not a joke.
This is not a joke.
Yeah.
Like, this is
And
a vehicle.
right.
This is
a machine.
A machine that will smash you to pieces if it gets smashed. It's not going to say, "Oh, Zaire is in here," or
Yeah.
I just told which one it was.
It's
He's
okay.
not in here. You know, he's blah blah blah. And then, you know, since I don't know if he does it outside of me, but since we've rode many times after, I haven't seen him do it. So hopefully the words were strong enough. Like, you're gonna die, bruh. I don't do this.
Right.
And I don't want you to die because you're my baby and I need to go before you.
Yeah.
So
Don't
please
put us in that spot.
don't put us in that spot. So that I will say. So I'm not necessarily a reckless driver, but in my brain there is a fight, a pride that happens when I'm driving where I feel like I'm an exceptional driver.
My concern is though the drivers who aren't exceptional drivers, they are so all over the place.
Especially if it rains.
Guess what I'm saying? These people are not.
If it rains in Raleigh, I stay home because I'm like, yo, y'all ain't gonna frustrate me
better.
today.
You better.
They be driving slow, and then they'll do abrupt stuff. I had a girl.
Or they're driving fast, like it's not raining at all. Really?
Sometimes.
It's like Kira. We won't have to work on
But it's been 8 weeks.
it. Was 6 a minute ago.
No, I said 6, no 8, because when I just thought about we in October now.
Okay.
So it's been 8.
Well,
It'll
keep
be 8 weeks next
Keep
week.
it up.
Yeah, I'm doing good.
Learn
It's
to be free on the road.
Yeah,
you
and
just sit there. You just listen to your little music.
Yeah.
And I'm big. Like I even set my car on
cruise control.
on the streets.
Regular streets. Yeah. Not when it's raining though.
No.
Yeah.
And my car won't let it.
Yeah,
It has
good.
that little
Okay.
squiggly thing up there, and it's
I
like,
forgot. You know I still got
you can't do
Betsy.
that.
Betsy don't give a shit. She don't make noise when the damn seatbelt on. Betsy said, honey, you
Girl,
want to
we on the
rain,
way.
snow, baby, go 85 if you want. Betsy don't care. She like, look, this is your life, baby. Live it how you want.
I need my car to help me.
Right. That's why
I
she
love
got
my car.
I'm not saying she got to go because I don't want her to hear me. But
We're
she's
high
on the
up.
way out. Yeah. She's been good to me, though.
That's what matters.
I got her for like $2,800.
Nice.
Yeah, she's been with me 6 years.
I was about to say that. You've had that car for a
And
while.
I didn't put that dent in it. For those of you who think I'm crazy and you see the dent, I brought it that way. I brought it from an auction.
Oh.
Yeah, I got it from an auction. It had the dent. Now the other bumper in the front, that actually happened for me. But that wasn't a person. I didn't hit a person. That's another story. We ain't going to get into that. But I'll tell that story one other day. But anyway, that's how I'm biased to whether or not it's something that you should do or shouldn't do. You shouldn't
Speeding.
speed is no. Yeah. The reason why I don't think the organicness of speeding is wrong, but I do think it's too expensive to do it. If you don't
Right.
know
They say
how
either
to.
you gonna hurt yourself or you're
gonna
broke
be broke. Yeah.
trying to pay tickets. And
Right.
keep your license.
And it's a privilege. They can literally take it from
It is
you
a privilege.
if you keep
It's
speeding.
a
So
privilege.
yeah. Anyway,
And we need to drive around here.
yeah,
We-
we got to
this
get
ain't the
around.
public
And we ain't trying to do no
transportation.
daggone Ubers and stuff.
I'm not. I mean, if that was my only transportation, I wouldn't be able to Uber.
Why? You don't like Uber?
It's a waste of money. At that point, I would be like, okay, what can I be doing on the bus?
Yeah, true. I mean, I do
You
Uber
can do
to like
stuff
the
on the bus.
airport.
Well, to the airport.
Yeah, because you don't want to have
but-
their car there unless it's like right the next
No,
day.
we live way too close to the airport to be talking about paying for nightly rental for a car.
Right.
I'm not doing it.
I don't know how much they charge, but it
Girl,
just
it's
don't.
like $20 a day. If you
Yeah, that
park
don't
in the
make
little
sense.
tower thing,
Yeah, that don't make sense.
But and to me, and I don't want to walk all the way out there after I get off the plane.
For real, it is far as hell.
I need somebody to come and pick me up.
Only reason why I know that where it is because I remember, I forget why I had to go there. I think because we had a rental. It's kind of similar location, but not really. Anyway, we about to get out of here in a second, y'all. But no, I don't even know what's
we on thought provoking.
Thought provoking, yeah, I know.
So do we have a?
What shocks you? No. That's it. Yes, the thought provoking question of the week is: what is something about you that you did not like before? No, not that you did not like before. That you didn't. That you believed before that you don't believe today. Something that you believed before that you don't believe today. That is thought provoking. That's actually making my damn head hurt.
It is. You know, I kind of grew up very naive. I'm an only child. My mom sheltered me from a lot. As soon as I got a little bit of freedom, I had a little wild moment. And I guess I grew up. I mean, I knew that people were not good people.
That they existed.
But I just never thought that I would, like, meet these people. Sounds really crazy.
No, not really.
But, like, and I think this is another reason, like, why I have issues in relationships is my work. And I've been doing PI work for, like, 12 years.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So even when I first met you, you were PI?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah, everybody needs to know my business. And at that point, I was in the field a lot.
Oh.
So, I mean, you kind of need to be covert. You know,
oh, yeah,
you
yeah.
need to be out here.
Like, hey, I'm a PI.
Hey, guys, you know, my camera's in the back.
That's funny.
So, but people are shitty.
They can be.
And I kind of deal with, like, the worst of the worst. And sometimes, like, most of the time, people aren't as bad as, like, somebody's trying to portray that they are. However, some people are just as bad as the person said that they were. And it's just amazing to me, like, the cheater stories and, like, what happens with kids. And that's why I asked you the other day about the question about
the big daycare
the daycare thing, because when people in their relationship split and there's not been positive growth and, you know, bad communication and, you know, just living off of emotions.
Yeah.
I mean, the mess that people put their babies through is kind of disgusting.
Yeah, they use babies as pawns to get back at the other person, not realizing you're hurting the damn baby.
So I realized how corrupt the world is emotionally. And, you know, sin is run rampant at this point, you know, and Jesus wins.
She be proposing Jesus, boy.
Look, well, because we're doing Revelation study in my Bible study fellowship.
Oh.
Shout out to BSF. But, you know, hope in the world, but you just got to recognize where we are and what are you doing to make it better, or are you part of the problem?
Yeah, absolutely. For me, I would say something that I used to believe that I don't believe today. Okay, I used to be the woman who would say, I don't need a man. And I also used to be the woman that used to say, and I've said this on a show probably prior to this, I used to be the woman who would say Happy Father's Day to the single mothers too.
Okay.
Yeah, I did. And then I realized, I remember I had this epiphany years ago. I think the boys were like just about to hit puberty.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, how can I'm overdoing my role as a parent by trying to be both
parents, right?
I can never be their dad.
Mm-mm.
And I don't even want the desire to be the dad because that's not my role. And at the same time, me saying Happy Father's Day to women is very demasculating to the men who actually do right by their fathers. And just because your relationship don't work doesn't mean they're bad parents, but they could just be not good partners. And that, or to you, because they might be a good partner to somebody else. You know, if they go off and get in a relationship, it just wasn't y'all time, because timing is important too. And it's not a reflection that you're nothing wrong with you, but water and oil don't mix, but it still is essential. They both are still very vital things that we need in the world. So for me, I had a whole thing, because I remember posting it. I remember being the advocate for it at one point. And it was hard to say it the first time, but I didn't give a shit. See, and then I also used to care about what people thought more than what was right. Mm-hmm. And so at that point, I remember it was like a battle between me and my platform. And I was like, no, this is what's right. And what's right is not always what's popular.
Right.
And that wasn't popular in the moment. And I'm like, no, you are not. That's one of the problems. I think especially, I don't know if it's a black woman thing, but where we tend to try to be too strong. And we have this I
can do it by myself. I can do it on my own.
Yeah, and it's almost like a standard for us where we're expected to be these super women when we are human beings just like anybody else. And it's like, let me tell you, now, giving their dad credit, they were like their teenage years, late teenage years, right before they became adults. He was very instrumental in things. Now, it was an ironic way of teaching them, and I wouldn't have been able to do it because I'm not a man. I can't tell my son, you know, give me gas money for this because you need to learn. That's just never going to be me.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. Now, am I saying to him that he is wrong in that? I'm not saying if it's right or wrong, but I do know it made my sons appreciate the fact that I don't ask.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Right. So in directly, that's still parenting.
Yeah.
The results still happened.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, and I think it was such a like relief to not think that way anymore. And I realized it's a trauma response.
Right. I'm going to say it's harboring.
Yeah, it's a trauma response. When you are saying, I'm the mama too, you want the world to know that this man ain't helping you. Understandably, you hurt. And you, yes, should he be helping? Yes. Should he be more active? Yes. But it's also killing your spirit because, and especially when you got boys, because what is that telling the boys? That men are not men and that women have to do it all? No, I don't want you thinking that because I need you to be a man.
Right.
When you grow up,
I want you to be better
than what we were.
Situation.
Right.
Right. Be
right.
A positive thing that came out of this.
Right. And
even
so
positive, but just learn from. I always tell James, like, please don't do what me and your dad did.
Wait till you find somebody.
Well, it's not even that.
Not even just wait, but
it's moving too fast. Always gets you in things that you aren't necessarily supposed to be in yet. You're rushing might not be the ready. Process. Right. And if you, all sex and all is fun and all the things and whatever. But it's trouble whenever you don't know how to regulate that in your life, or is that even something that you need to be doing, or where is your emotional
circumference, or like how do you deal with arguing? Some people have babies and never had a conversation about what they believe raising them should be like. I'm one of those people. Like, I don't remember having that conversation, but granted, me and their dad was really young. We were.
I was young though, but we talked. We talked about that because I was like,
we didn't know how to argue properly. We didn't know. We didn't know. We were kids, so it was kind of, we didn't. I don't remember ever having that conversation with him. Let's try to make this. No, we never had that conversation. Girl. We kind of had like later in life we started talking, but the boys were like 8, 9, 10 by then.
Yeah, we already did the hard work.
Right. Yeah. Don't get me wrong. Like when they were babies, we would swap out stuff like that. But I'm talking about having a distinct plan on what we're trying to establish with these kids. Like if I could go back, there's many things I would have added to it, but we just kept clashing. We were just young and dumb emotionally.
Well, and sometimes when it's toxic like that, it's hard.
Yeah.
And so we, my situation is somewhat the same, but not really. We only thing we ever really agreed on was the child.
Yeah.
So there was always
that came later for us.
He was gonna support me with whatever I got going on, and I'm gonna ask you for, because I was 18 when I had James.
Yeah, me too.
And I used to just be like, I didn't have him on my own. Like, why do I have to do all this by myself?
Right.
Like, I didn't want to. I just didn't tell nobody Happy Father's Day. Whatever. And my dad is not like
the best.
Right. So, but I knew that, like, I'm not saying that we sat down and had some in-depth conversation about, but we knew that he was going to be a certain way. We're not going to be allowing this, when it comes to certain things, we're going to work together. I mean, and James is awesome. So, I mean.
That's the dad?
Well, that's both of them.
Oh, they both. I thought he was a junior.
My baby's the fourth.
Oh gosh, see, this is why their dad didn't want Zakir to be Eddie, because Zakir would have been the fourth. He would have been the fourth, because it's Eddie Earl. Oh, I done said the man's name. Sorry, y'all know who my kid's father is probably by now. Anyway, he's the third. His dad is the second,
James
and then
he's the fourth.
See, I think that was. Me and him didn't even agree on that.
Yeah.
I said, but his middle name is Eddie.
Okay.
It's Zakir Eddie.
Only reason I agree, I mean, it went, I don't know, I didn't care what the baby's name was. It's like, as long as he looks like me, it doesn't, it doesn't matter.
Which he does kind of.
He does look like me.
He does look like you, but you look like his dad.
He just looks like his daddy because he's a man.
Well, maybe if he wasn't a man, he would look just like you.
Right.
But I do still see dad.
Okay.
When I remember when I first met James, I think it was, he didn't play basketball. I feel like he played basketball.
Not in middle school.
In high school, he played basketball and football.
Yes.
Okay, because I remember him switching out, or it was a conflict when he crossed.
Yeah, something about
I remember.
What do you call it? Tryouts.
Or maybe it was middle school, but I remember the first time I met James before I met any of you two.
Okay.
And when I knew that was his dad and that you was her mom. You was his mom immediately. At whatever meeting or function it was, it'll come back to me later. But you can tell that's the parents.
Yeah.
You are the father and mother.
You are the baby daddy.
Yeah. But anyway, what was I going to say? I forgot what we were saying.
Thought provoking. I don't know. We done jumped all the way to.
But there was a reason why I said I knew it was the father, because you said he looked like me. This is the problem with ADHD. Anyway, but going back to what we were talking about, I know for me it took a minute before we could have those conversations where we actually co-parented.
These conversations only happened like the first 6 months, and we fell out. And we didn't do well for about 10 years.
Okay, so like we had,
but there was just all like in the back of his mind, in the back of my mind, regardless of what we felt, we always kept that. See, for him,
the first 4 or 5 years, I think though it was based on the relationship. That was our issue. Like, if our relationship wasn't going good, then our communication with the kids wasn't going
right.
good.
Oh, I hate that.
And then finally it became more of a, like, me and him are good friends now. We can talk about mainly anything. I don't tell him my business like that, but we can talk about anything.
Really one of the best like male relationships I have.
Yeah, that's what they did. Like,
love you, Big James.
Eddie Earl.
Earl.
I call him that. He get mad. He call me Beaver.
The monkeys and the
beavers. But that was an old school name for me, because at the time I used to have buck teeth. 1, 2 used to stick. I used to have a big gap.
Did you get braces?
Yeah, I got braces. That's why they're so straight now. I got an overbite. But my mom and dad used to tell. This is why I have trust issues. They used to tell me it was because I was curious, like, leave it the beaver. But I'm not dumb. So let me tell you, I used to have this mean cousin. He's like 10 years older than me. My cousin Marcus, he's like, they don't call you that because of the show. They call you that because your teeth messed up. That's what he told me. And I believed him because it was true. He was so mean. He would beat us up. So he cooled down, but I remember him telling me that. But anyway, but that's what he would call me. If I say Eddie Earl, I'd be like, hey, Eddie Earl. He'd be like, what up, Beaver? I'm like, but I don't take offense to it.
I know. I'm like,
it's just our thing now. So anyway, but yeah, that's what's up. For both of the thought-provoking, well, y'all answer the question. What is something that you didn't believe, that you believed in the past that you don't believe currently now? We want to know. Comment. If you're listening, you can comment on any listening profile, or you can comment on the platform that you choose to watch it. Y'all, the last but not least, our holistic moment. I'm just going to give this, and this might not be like meditation, even though I do think meditation is beautiful. Also, I believe we were talking about earlier, what was that type of sex?
tantric.
That sounds like a form of meditation too.
Yeah.
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to say this.
The tantra.
Huh?
The tantra.
The tantra. I wish I could make anyway, one day. So I want to give a shout out to Relax Tune Spa again, because this is very holistic. The Tune massages are just like acupuncture, but without the puncture. And so try them out before the month is out, because October, depending on when you watch this, October 31st to 36th is the last day. In November, I think it goes like to 41, which is still in the still. You know, usually massages are an hour, like $80
like
to
20 minutes,
$120.
15 minutes.
15 minutes for $30.
I mean, really?
And if you get
Like $2 a minute.
right. So check them out. One thing I wanted to mention that I think you need to be aware of, and then we're going to give a product recommendation that I think everyone should try, is, do y'all know that kerosene is in oil sprays? You knew that?
I knew it would kill you.
Do you still use it?
I don't.
You don't use it?
I don't.
Okay.
I haven't bought no Pam in a long. They have like the coconut oil and the avocado oils that have this. They have the little nozzle, but it's not there's no
stream.
There's no aerosol or whatever behind it.
That would be good to know.
It's more like a pressure spray.
Okay.
So it because you know how they have kind of like you know that hairspray bottle that and it mists.
Yeah.
It's kind of that same concept, and so it just kind of presses the oil.
So it's
out.
a thicker spray.
No, it's the same spray. Oh. It's just that the nozzle that they use allows it to spray out, as opposed to having that whatever they have in those cans behind it.
Don't use Pam. I haven't used it since I learned this.
Pam, that red top is killer.
Right.
Leave that thing alone.
Right. All of the Food Lion brands,
any of them,
non-brands,
any of them that are aerosol, they have a thing on them, and they usually have a clear top. And I think there's something about the tops. We need to look this up.
Oh, the
product
top.
Something like, especially water bottles, like the green top means something, the blue top means something, clear means something. But you want to use. Or you can get the little thing from Amazon that you can basically make your own spray, you know, so you put your oil in there and it, you know, you can spray it. But yeah, that stuff is bad. Same with like suntan lotion, that spray suntan lotion, that stuff will kill you.
It says clear and white, typically used for, well, I guess this is water.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, so water bottle cap.
Blue often means spring water. Green indicates flavored water infused.
So Dasani, that is like not good. Cause
Thanks for tuning in to the Z Truth Podcast. We hope today's episode gave you value and something new to think about. Don't forget to subscribe, leave a review, and join the conversation by following us on all platforms. Sharing is caring, so do us a favor and share it with someone who needs to hear the truth.